It is time for a little hardball at Chase Field in Phoenix, Arizona. The Rockies had a day off yesterday down here, and they are ready to go against Arizona. The Rockies and Diamondbacks. Arizona had been on the road for 10 games. They went 6-4 over their last 10 away from home, and they'll conclude this 2015 campaign right here at home. Charlie Blackmon steps in with a .290 batting average. He scored 90 runs and, of course, 41 stolen bases this year. He's improved in virtually every offensive category. A couple home runs shy of what he produced last year. He hit 19 home runs last year, and he's sitting on 17 right now. Robbie Ray, a guy with a big left arm, is on the hill, and he's been pitching very well of late, including recently a good start against the Rockies, George.
A lot of strikeouts, not very many walks, 117 innings. And if you think about how well he has pitched, with 20 or more starts this year at the big league level, there's only been 5 or fewer with wins, 5 or less wins, and an ERA under 4. Shelby Miller, Robbie Ray. The team just doesn't score a lot of runs for him.
This is rookie year, and has been very impressive. In fact, every Diamondback that has started a game for the club this year is under 29. Major League standards, they have a pretty young rotation.
Dave Stewart has done a nice job. A pitching guy as the general manager. Of course, Tony La Russa. This ball will get up the middle for a base hit. Start off the ball game for Charlie.
Charlie's now 4 for 6 against Robbie Ray. Take a look at the Southwest lineup for Walt Weiss this evening. Brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Book your local right now at southwest.com. You'll notice, even though Ray is a very effective lefty, the Rockies, Walt said, I'm playing my best guys. And so he's got Reyes back in there. He missed the weekend series with Achilles tendonitis. Cargo, Nolan Arenado, obviously, Corey Dickerson, Justin Morneau, back-to-back lefties, and DJ Tom Murphy doing the catching. And it'll be Christian Bergman on the hill.
Well, if it's your team, it's your team. And you start to try to mix match a whole lot, then you kind of feel like you're letting yourself down to the lesser value of maybe what you would have with these guys in the lineup. Their bullpen, 2 lefties, Chaffin and Reynolds.
Reyes thought about laying down a bunt, pulled it back. It's 1-0.
It puts the thought into the mind of Goldschmidt and Lamb at the corners. A lot of times when pitchers also see a guy square around, they'll speed up the delivery, and then the pitch doesn't land where they want it to. Evident with the first by Ray.
Get out of their mechanics a little bit, huh?
Yeah, just a little. You start to rush, the elbow drops. You don't stay nearly as quick. What's impressive to me with Charlie Blackmon, 41 stolen bases this year. 30% of those have come against left-handers.
He just puts in so much work on reading moves, timing, patterns. There's a base hit through the right side. And Ciarte's quick to the baseball, so Charlie will stop at second. Back-to-back singles against Robbie Ray. And that'll bring up Carlos Gonzalez. Diamondbacks have played very good defense all year long. Peralta's in left. A.J. Pollock is terrific in center. Ender Ciarte, wherever you put him, he's really good. Jake Lamb, Chris Owings at short. Brandon Drury's at second. Paul Goldschmidt has a great glove at first base. And Wellington Castillo's behind the plate. They've already improved 11 games from their win total from a year ago. They won 64 games last year. They're at 75 and 80 coming into the final week of the season. 81, I should say.
All 3 outfield arms are plus arms. Well, ball hit hard on the ground, Charlie's going to have to go.
95 on that fastball, and Cargo swings through it. It's 0-1. Cargo in his career against his former club, the club he came up in professional baseball, was traded before he got to the big leagues, traded to Oakland, but he has 21 career home runs, a 300+ average against the Diamondbacks. And that is a shot toward left center field. Here goes Charlie around third. He'll score. Reyes will go to third. And the Rockies have a 1-0 lead on RBI number 95 from Carlos Gonzalez. That was a beautiful swing.
Similar to the first inning that they had against Brett Anderson the other day. Base hit, base hit, base hit. This is a laser into left field by Carlos Gonzalez. Fastball caught too much of the plate, and he made Robbie Ray pay for it, and the Rockies jump out on top 1-0.
And here comes Nolan Arenado. When Robbie Ray faced the Rockies on the final day of August, he was at Coors Field. He went 5 2/3. He allowed a run on 5 hits. Struck out 8. He's already given up 3 in the first 3 hitters of the game.
One thing I've noticed, no breaking balls so far. All fastballs.
And there's another one, George, and that's high. Well, a tremendous opportunity for Nolan to drive in his 127th. They've attached an error to that last play. Peralta bobbled it, and they say that's why Reyes got to third. So it's a single and RBI. And the fact that Reyes went second to third, E7. There's a line drive to left, and here comes Reyes down the line. Peralta's throw is not going to get him. And there's the RBI machine producing yet another 2-0 Colorado. RBI number 127 for the major league leader in that department.
Boy, Reyes got a good break off the bag at third base. Peralta was coming in on the run to catch it, so now you got to reorganize yourself as a player to get on top of the ball, and this ball had more flight on it to the plate than what you normally would see from him.
Now Corey Dickerson. And that's in there for a strike. Robbie Ray was part of that 3-way deal, George, that sent Didi Gregorius to the Yankees. He's been with a couple different organizations. Originally a 12th round pick. He's a native of Tennessee. Actually signed to play college baseball at Arkansas. This ball is hit really well. Inciarte is going to get back and make the catch, and Cargo will return to first. The Rockies squaring up Robbie Ray.
Yeah, Dickerson 13 for 27, a couple of home runs and 5 RBIs, most recently in his ball games. You bet, Diane. Way to start it off, Rockies. Let's add on one more. Morneau's been hot of late.
Morneau's hitting .406 in limited duty this year against lefties. Chatted with him around the cage today. He's really pleased, and as well he should be, with what he's accomplished in his return. He's swinging the bat well. He's moving well defensively.
Well, so many doubts are in a player's mind when they have injuries that you don't know if you can come back from, particularly the ones he had.
Yeah, he's dove a couple times, and I know up here, whether it's you or Jeff or Spilly, we all, you kind of hold your breath and make sure he's okay, and he said he's been fine, which has really given him a lot of confidence. The one play that scared him defensively, George, if you remember at Petco, he went chasing in a foul ground for a pop-up, and he's, your head's up looking at the pop-up, and then that short wall caught him, and he kind of tumbled a little bit into the stands, and it shook him up for a moment. He was fine, but it scared him.
Still that thought in the back of your mind.
Yeah.
Well, defensively, they set it up a little bit differently than a lot of teams with Justin Morneau, particularly with the runner at first base. Paul Goldschmidt's going to hold him, and then Brandon Drury is going to be set out in right field. Only looks to appear on your screen about 15 feet to the left of first. The whole left side of the infield's wide open, and Justin has burnt teams at home with this type of alignment with base hits to left.
2-1. It's interesting, too, because you say base hits to left, and the pattern, despite the shift, has been that Robbie Ray has been away for the most part.
With high velocity, so harder to turn on that ball to pull it, easier to hit it to the opposite field.
They set up outside again, and that ball is fouled off over the third base dugout, or the home dugout of Arizona. Rockies fans, join in on the conversation. Send us comments via Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. Use the hashtag ToyotaTalk.
That's quite a contrast for the Rockies. When they score first in a ball game this year, they are 45-19. 21-71 when they don't.
That all-important first run, and if you look at every team in baseball, it is, a lopsided deal. When a team scores first, typically they win, and when they don't score first, typically it's the other way around.
Particularly for a guy like Robbie Ray, who has struggled to get run support and to win games.
This ball, a bouncer to Goldschmidt, and he'll run to the bat. But a very nice start for the Rockies as they produce 2 first-inning runs. Cargo Uribe, Nolan Arenado, yet another RBI. They're a really fine year. Let's take a look at the Southwest batting order for Chip Hale tonight. Inciarte will be followed by Brandon Drury. He had his first big league hit against the Rockies a few weeks back. A.J. Pollock will be next. He's an all-star this season, and deservedly so. Paul Goldschmidt, now a perennial all-star. David Peralta has had one of the best second halves in baseball. Wellington Castillo's behind the plate. He's got plenty of pop. Jake Lamb will bat 7th. Chris Owings 8th. And then Robbie Ray. On the hill, Christian Bergman, the versatile one.
And he's pitched well on the road to a 1.78 earned run average compared to 669 in Denver. Left-handers this year have hit just 211 against him. Right-handers 359. Making his 3rd start on the season, has been the long man out of their bullpen and has done a fine job. But with the injuries to De La Rosa, the shutdown of John Gray, been pushed into the rotation. His last start, 79 pitches thrown.
Inciarte takes a strike. He comes in at 304. Really good defensive outfielder. This lineup, George, is an underrated lineup. I mean, you got Pollock and Goldschmidt, Peralta in the middle. Got some guys that can run. This ball's lifted to left field. Dickerson's out there.
Well, they've quietly put together a pretty good lineup, and guys that they have given chances to over the time. David Peralta would be one of those. And the numbers he has put up this year. 4 different Diamondbacks in the National League and top 10 in average. Pollock at 6, Goldschmidt at 7, Peralta at 8, Inciarte at 10.
Now, team average leaders, the Rockies right behind the surprising Giants, and then Arizona is 3rd. That pitch is inside, ball 1 on Brandon Drury.
Not a youngster that performed well in the minor leagues this year, getting an opportunity now at the big league level, and 46 at bats. He's hit .261, a couple of home runs, and 7 RBIs.
Couldn't hit that, George, with a boat paddle.
At 100 miles an hour.
Nope, no way.
See, and I have all those sayings, but you guys understand what I mean. So where's that put you guys?
Well, you've affected us. It's your fault.
Affected or infected?
A little of both. A little of both.
There you go.
3 balls and a strike on Brandon Drury. Rockies up 2-0. 1 out in the bottom of the first. And that's a good looking pitch. 3-2. I love when the roof's open. I mean, that's the way it should be. 98 degrees outside, though. Still.
Was it what Kurt Schilling said, the ball flies with the roof open? Was that what it was, or when it was closed? There was one way or the other that Schilling used to complain. He always wanted it open.
This ball's pretty well struck, but Charlie is going to move back and make the catch. 2 outs. Here's the Rockies with the gloves. Corey Dickerson, who played center field on Thursday, got a start out there when Charlie had a stiff neck. Charlie's in the middle. Carr goes in right. Arenado and Reyes on the left side. DJ LeMahieu, another Gold Glove campaign at second. Justin Morneau with a terrific glove at first. And Tom Murphy. 2 games in a row for Tom. And Walt's still doing that Murphy, Garneau the rest of the way. The reason that it's 2 games in a row for Murphy is that Garneau had caught Bettis quite a bit when they were in AAA.
Right.
And so he's just matching up Garneau tomorrow with Chad Bettis. And that's the reason Tom, who started on Sunday against the Dodgers, also starting the opening game here in Phoenix.
About making it comfortable. Well, Christian Bergman against Arizona this year was a starter, 1-0, 245, which is very impressive to me. They've only hit .205. Here's a base hit for A.J. Pollock. He'll try to turn it into 2. More than likely he'll get it. He will.
Well, he has broken out, George, and become a star-level player.
But as a reliever against Arizona in 5 games, .630 earned run average. As a starter, much more impressive, 1-0. An earned run average of 2.45. And they've only hit .205 against him. Preparation sometimes as a starter instead of coming into the line of fire early. 3-hole hitters this year, not good to hear. It ups the average a little bit with that base hit by A.J. Pollock. .423 against Bergman.
Now you got to be careful. Goldschmidt at the plate, and the fastball's outside. Paul has reached base in 32 consecutive games against Colorado, a .392 average. In fact, he's reached in his last 18 straight at Chase Field against the Rockies, .458 batting average, and now he's got a 2-0 count to work with.
Yeah, they're just eliminating any kind of power for him. He does have power in the right center, but it's got to be in that outer third of the plate. They're starting it to the corner and taking it completely off the plate.
So Murphy's setting up off the plate. That ball ends up back inside. Carr go up with the baseball. It will have no throw, and Pollock scores. It's a 2-out ribby for Goldschmidt. And for Paul, he now has 106 RBIs, 21 shy of Nolan, and he is in second place in the National League.
Well, the misses can be costly unless you're in the high 90s. And you can see this miss when it started completely. You see Tom Murphy almost 6 to 8 inches outside, and this ball's inside. Not that it's particularly hit hard, but hard enough to do damage and drive in the run. How about the year Peralta's had? Man, 17 home runs, 77 RBIs. He's hitting .300.
In the second half, George, he's hit .340, which is one of the best marks in the game. And since the break, the official break, he's hit .352. The only guy better in the National League, a fellow by the name of Joey Votto.
He's at what, 385?
He's at 377 in the second half. It is crazy. A.J. Pollock is at 340. The other thing about Votto, because he walks, 7 times a game, His on base percentage is .553 in the second half.
His OPS is 1209.
Ridiculous. Oh, big jump Goldschmidt, and is fouled off. In fact, Peralta should never have swung at that pitch.
No. High fastball went him close to being a strike. Glad you did.
Yeah, I mean, Goldschmidt would have stolen that base standing up.
22nd stolen base for Goldschmidt. Watch the big jump here. He hadn't picked his leg up yet. He's halfway to the house.
I guess Peralta didn't see that huge jump. So a break for the Rockies, 0-2.
And on the scouting report of a pitcher, what does he throw 0-2-1 to? Is it the breaking ball that he tries to get you to chase in the dirt? And the reason I bring that up is because that gives a green light to Goldschmidt. If that's the case, they've come back with 2 straight fastballs. But if it's the reports say, 75% of the time he's going to come something off speed and down to get you to chase, and it opens up for the stolen base again.
Getting in on his hands. Peralta checking the integrity of the bat. I think it works still, right? Cargo was looking at his bats during batting practice, and he was holding it out to see if it had. I said, what do you check to see if it warped at all? He said, well, sometimes.
Out.
Yeah, sometimes in the bats, when they travel, it can change them a little bit. Guys are very, very particular about the wood they take to the plate in the game.
Wood, gloves, and shoes. 3 most important things.
Feet got to be happy, right?
Feet got to be happy, and you better not take my gamer.
And that's something you never do. You never pick up somebody's glove and put your fingers in it.
No, I do, just to agitate him.
You can do it. 2-2, runner going again, slowly hit to DJ, and he'll throw out Peralta. In the inning, the Diamondbacks counter with a 2-out run, a double by Pollock, a single by Goldschmidt. 2-1 as we go to the second. Let's go places. And by Southwest Airlines. Book your low fare now at southwest.com. Those are pretzel bites, George.
Are they putting them in chocolate, or what are they doing there?
It looks
Is he getting ready to deep fried? I know they dunk those pretzels in a bunch of oil and butter. Not that I would know about any of this.
If you're good, maybe in the 5th inning.
No.
0-1 on DJ. LeMahieu batting 7th tonight. Murphy's on deck. DJ at 287 road average, which leads the Rockies. And this ball on the ground is short. Chris Owings, who plays a lot of second. This is just his 24th start at shortstop. Who wants tacos when the Rockies score 7 or more runs? They did that on Sunday, obviously. Go to participating Colorado Taco Bell locations the following day between 4 and 6. Get your Rockies taco special at Mazda Taco Bell. Rockies capped off that great weekend. They did. They beat up the Dodgers in that 3-game set against the Dodgers.
Tacos everywhere.
27 runs, 12-5 the final with 15 hits on Sunday. And the Dodgers then in 12 innings went out with Greinke on the hill, lost to San Francisco. All of a sudden things they got Kershaw going tonight. If they don't win tonight,
it's getting a little dicey.
They're going to feel a whole lot of heat. Keep you abreast of that ball game. High fastball swung through by Murphy. It's 0-2.
There's a lot of games postponed tonight. Toronto with Baltimore, St. Louis, Pittsburgh, Minnesota, Cleveland with that tropical storm moving up the East Coast.
Foul with potential playoff pitching rotations. What games did it affect?
St. Louis and Pittsburgh, Toronto, Baltimore, Minnesota, Cleveland. Minnesota game and a half back in the wild card.
St. Louis and Pittsburgh, 2 teams going to the postseason. So Murphy did not hold up, according to first base umpire Dan Iasani. So 2 outs. First strikeout of the ball game for Robbie Ray. And that'll bring up Christian Bergman.
36, Christian Bergman.
Ticket behind-scenes tour of Coors Field, group and individual tickets. They're available year-round. Call 303 Rockies to make your arrangement to come out. It's always neat on some of the Saturday morning games, some midweek days. I see a lot of the schools out taking tours. You need to do that.
1-0 on Bergman. Christian's got a .222 average. Of course, he doesn't have many ABs, but looks pretty good right now when you walk to the plate. He's 2 for 9. Another chance for Owings. 1, 2, 3 in the second for Robbie Ray. Middle of 2. The Rockies leading the D-backs 2-1.
the second. The Major League long relief role is an unheralded position. It's one of those things where over the course of the season, you don't get a lot of hoopla. A guy like Johan Flande getting a chance to get the spot starts, a guy like Christian Bergman. But Walt Weiss always talks about how important he is. So I asked Steve Foster what makes Christian Bergman so special.
He's a versatile guy. I mean, he can do a lot, which is makes him very valuable for our team. I mean, he's been in a long role, and he's been a spot starter, and has a good mix of pitches.
Tell me about his changeup and why it's so effective.
It's effective because it looks just like his fastball. He doesn't change arm angle. When he doesn't slow his delivery down at all, it's really devastating because it's hard for the hitter to pick up. And he gets a lot of swing and misses, but he also uses it as a contact pitch.
Well, the contact pitch was a fly ball to Jose Reyes, and it would happen to be a fastball. But this season, Christian Bergman had 26 appearances coming out of the bullpen as that long relief guy that we talked about. And he's thrown 52 innings pitched. That has helped Walt Weiss keep the bullpen intact in some of the games that have gotten out of hand or when the starting pitcher has gone down. Guys?
Yes, Billy, it's such an important role, and George, as you would know better than anybody, it's an unsung type of role.
Not a lot of headlines, other than in your team with your teammates.
Here's Jake Lamb. Third baseman hitting .272. He's got a good-looking swing. And he pops this one up. Dickerson in left field. 2 outs. So you made mention of this, George, last inning, the fact that the Diamondbacks have all these guys hitting over 300. They have 4 guys in the top 10 in the league in hitting. And you start wondering, when was the last time one team had 4 guys finish in the top 10? You have to go all the way back to the '88 Cubs. Rafael Palmeiro, Andre Dawson, Mark Grace, and Gracie, of course, assistant hitting coach for the Diamondbacks, and Vance Law. The time it happened before that, you know these guys really well. 1980 St. Louis Cardinals, Keith Hernandez, who we see all the time with the Mets, Gary Templeton, good friend of yours, Ted Simmons, and another friend of yours, George Hendrick.
How about that? Wow. Yeah, all 4 of those guys. You know, Slick's the first one that ever wore long pants.
Hendrick?
In baseball. Yeah, because the
that.
Cardinals all wanted everybody to show 5 stripes in their socks. And he said, well, it's going to be $100 a day fine if you don't do it. So he handed him a check for $16,200, 162 games. You can have long pants.
I remember when he did.
That's right.
It looked different back then.
Sure did.
Pretty good team he played on.
Yeah, I had some good teammates.
Fastball. See you later. Chris Owens kicking some dirt as if the bat was going to continue, but Lance Barrett behind home plate said, no, you only get 3. Good inning for Bergman. 2-1 Colorado off to the 3rd. on Root Sports, and make sure you let us know where you're watching from. Go to Twitter at RootSports_RM and use the hashtag WhereWeRoot. I say this every time we're in Phoenix. In close proximity to Colorado, so there's always a great number of Rockies fans in attendance.
Well, a lot retire here.
Yep.
And they come out to watch the Rockies as they do at Salt River Field. So one of the, if not the premier spring training complex.
Instructional league going on right now.
Yeah, tomorrow morning you get to see Chatwood and Jordan Lyles go head-to-head in a simulated game out at Salt River. It used to be, you know, when I played a long time ago, but we would have 20, 25 games in instructional league. The Rockies will play 4 games, and then they'll also play 1 simulated game. It's more about instruction and developing the mechanics of a delivery, swing of the bat, fielding baseballs.
Shortstop, Jose Reyes.
One out as Charlie Blackmon rolls to second. Jose Reyes, who bounced one through the right side, will come up. Jose scored a run in that first frame. Rockies began the game with a single by Blackmon to center. Reyes a base hit to right. Cargo a laser beam single to left center to drive in a run, and then Nolan a line drive that was caught in left but produced a sac fly as Reyes came down the line from third. 2-1 Colorado, top of 3. Drew Goodman, George Frazier, Ryan Spilborghs. Game 1 of a 3-game set here in Phoenix. And this is where the Rockies will open the 2016 regular season. So they won't have to go far from spring training complex in Scottsdale. Stay put. 2-1. Rockies in 1998 played the first regular season games against the Diamondbacks in Arizona's inaugural season, swept them.
That was a funny spring because I remember Buck Showalter was accused and got caught with a camera guy hanging over the top of the center field fence in Tucson trying to film the Rockies' defensive alignments for bunt defense, cutoffs, and relays, and he'd sent a guy over that was dressed like a worker. He got caught. Kind of fueled the fire for that year.
This is in the air to left, and it'll drop in front of Peralta. So another base hit for Reyes. And that'll bring up Carlos Gonzalez. Let me ask you something, George. I mean, this is not NFL playbook.
Right.
Most people run cuts and run defenses the same way. Really?
Yeah, Buck has always been a guy never to leave, and I mean, he's eased off of that quite a bit in Baltimore now, but he's never been a guy to, quite honestly, not to leave any rock uncovered. I mean, he's going to make sure that he's got every avenue cornered, and that's why he's been a successful manager at the major league level. Laid the groundwork here for Bob Brenly in a world championship.
Here's Cargo. He hit a fastball his first time up. That ball was well located, though.
Under the hands.
Under the hands, so it's 0-1. 21 career home runs against the Arizona Diamondbacks. You know, they had a really talented farm system then. Cargo was the #1 prospect in their organization and one of the top 2 or 3 in baseball when he was rising up through Arizona's system. You know who he came up with among others? Gerardo Parra, Max Scherzer, and out at first base is Reyes.
Step back. A lot of times pitchers will step off the backside of the rubber to kind of change maybe the sign with your home plate. It's the guys that have the extremely quick step back snap throw that have some accuracy. And if you look back, I think Reyes looked away from Robbie Ray on the mound. They got him rather easily.
This is a towering fly ball to deep right center field. It's got a chance. It is gone. Number 40. One hop into the pool, and Cargo is in the 40 home run club. That's a special trot around the bases for number 5.
Long, long high fly ball. Cargo, it's been hunting that. He's healthy. He's happy. You're seeing what a guy can do when totally healthy. You got a hanging slider. Robbie Ray, just the 9th home run he's given up this year in almost 120 innings. Inciarte, not tall enough. You bet. They ought to be fired up for him.
Think about this, George. In a pitcher's era, he gets hugs all around. Brandon Barnes giving him a hug. The last time the Rockies had 2 guys who hit 40 home runs in a season, and of course Nolan's got 41, was 1997. And they had 3 players that year with 40-plus home runs. It just 40 is an enormous number even back then, but 40 now is a huge, huge number.
Just never happens anymore with the power pitchers and everything that goes on. Nolan will pop it up to shortstop for the 3rd out. But the Rockies put one on the board and they lead it 3-1. They've out-hit the Diamondbacks 5-2.
Carlos Gonzalez just hit his 40th home run of the year, joining Nolan Arenado in that prestigious club. Cargo, it's really remarkable if you think back, folks, and I know the baseball season's a marathon, but so many of you are with us every night. You think back and you say, man, Cargo's struggling. April was tough outside of the opening series in Milwaukee. May was tough. June the 4th, he had 4 home runs. 4. Now he's on the cusp of 100 RBIs, and he's hit 40.
Isn't it amazing?
In fact, in the second half, as there's a strikeout of Robbie Ray, in the second half, he's hit 27 home runs, which ties Dante Bichette for the most home runs in Rockies history post All-Star break. And Dante was a marvelous player. We all know that. What I'm about to say, I'm not trying to disparage anything he accomplished. But this is all what Nolan's done, what Carlos doing post-Humidor.
Post-Humidor, exactly. You see the numbers here. Home runs after the break. Galarraga, Walker, Castilla, Helton. Those other guys, 95, 96, 97, and 96. I think the big thing for me was early on, I don't know that Cargo trusted the knee. I don't know if he trusted the hand. He kept waiting on it to hurt. Finally it didn't, and finally he just took off. Premier player that everybody thinks he can be, he is.
He's a guy that's won a batting title. Finished 3rd in the MVP race in 2010. And he is really, George, it should be in the midst of his prime from an age standpoint.
It probably will be. He'll be a very productive player for a long time.
1-2 on Inciarte. He told me in the clubhouse the other day, and we chatted about this, but it bears repeating. One of the things that he's going to get right to work on is really strengthening his legs, because now he can go full go in the weight room on the legs, which he really wasn't able to do for a couple of years. And a hitter, just like a pitcher, George, that's your foundation.
Yeah, he could come back as a monster. I mean, he could be one of those guys that just might touch 50. Think about if he would have just hit 10 those first 2 months.
Then you're talking 50.
You're talking 50.
Yep.
Now you're getting in rarefied air when you start throwing that number out.
2 RBIs tonight. Now Cargo's sitting on 96 ribbies. So the Rockies, real good chance they're going to have 2 guys. You already have 2 guys with 40 home runs. Nolan's got 127 ribbies. You have 200 RBI guys. This ball's lifted toward Cargo, and it's going to go over his head. Whoa! It's slick out there, and Inciarte is going to end up at third base. He looked like he was over in Glendale skating for the Coyotes there, and it was his first time on skates. Hopefully he's all right.
Well, that's the thing about it. You just don't know when your legs go out from underneath you there. He's put it down. He's kind of stretching a little bit. Walt's going to go check on him and Keith Duggar.
That hurt. I mean, he went down hard.
Yeah, he did. Well, his feet just went completely out from under him. It's a gravel area around the ballparks, and they water it and they tamp it with a roller. So it's like being on cement if you don't have those steel cleats on. You see, he tried to put his brakes on, and he's got steel cleats on. Watch this. The cleats just go out completely from underneath of him, and he landed right on that left hip.
What you worried about? That's tightening up, that sort of thing. I don't know if I've ever seen that. That's on dirt.
But he's not talking about a knee, it's his back. And he hits really hard. Everything's going to go out from beneath of him. I mean, that's like cement, to be quite honest with you. There's not a lot of gravel covering that up out there. It looks pretty on your TV, but it's not pretty to run on.
And both the shoes.
Neither one of them hooked.
So a triple for Inciarte. And now you're getting into the thick part of the lineup. Brandon Drury fouls off that good sinker. Diamondbacks finished 40-41, the road portion of their schedule. Actually better out on the road than they've been at home. They're 35-40 at home. Obviously, if they finish strong at home, they can turn that around. This is going to get the run home. 2 outs, and it's a 3-2 ball game. 8th RBI for Drury. A.J. Pollock with 2 outs in the first, doubled to left center, and then Goldschmidt brought him around with a single to right. A.J. Pollock's on a short list of players we're going to show you here that have produced a 300 average. At least 19 home runs, 75 ribbies, 185 hits, 35 stolen bases, 35 doubles, 100 runs. I mean, you're talking about an all-around offensive player. Go back to it. Look at the names on this list. Hall of Famer Robbie Alomar, Vladimir Guerrero, Alfonso Soriano, Hanley Ramirez, a young Hanley Ramirez, Jacoby Ellsbury, his breakout season with the Red Sox. This guy's arrived, A.J. Pollock.
Very much so. There's no question.
And on 4 pitches, he walks, and that'll bring up Goldschmidt.
In comparison, the other day, when Bergman made the start, he ended up throwing in that game, and there was a lot of pitchers thrown. But he threw 79 and 3 2/3. He's in the third now. To tell you, he has much better command of the strike zone. He has thrown only 43 pitches here in the third.
Goldschmidt. That's how they worked him first time up, George. And 2 pitches off the plate, and then Tom Murphy set up off the plate again. It was almost as if they didn't care if they walked him, and they would take their chances with Peralta in the first. And then that third delivery wandered back over the inner third of the plate. It was about a 2.5-foot miss, and he lined it to right center.
Trying to start the sinker way off of the plate and let it run back to that corner. It just ran back to the middle.
And a broken bat roller to Arenado, and he'll fire over to DJ to get the force. A triple from Inciarte. He comes home on a Drury ground out. It's a 1-run game again. Down here in Phoenix, back upstairs with my partner George Frazier. I'm Drew Goodman.
What'd you bring me? Holy cow! Are you kidding me?
You know what?
What is that?
The Diamondbacks wanted me to give this to you.
It looks like a dinosaur foot.
On behalf of the Arizona Diamondbacks, this is your retirement gift. It is a 2-foot-long corn dog.
Are you going to help me?
No, that's all you.
No, you're helping.
Okay, I'll take a bite.
All right, thank you.
Hey, listen, Spilly, when you broke into pro ball, your bat wasn't this long.
No.
Oh my God!
I saw some guys eat that. Yeah.
No, he didn't.
I swear.
That's like
it's filled with jalapenos.
That's
and
like the 72-ounce steak in Amarillo. If you eat it all, it's free.
Eat it all.
There's only one guy I know that could even attempt to eat that, and I'm sitting next to him. First pitch is a strike to Dickerson.
Doug?
No, you.
Doug.
I think you can get that done.
It's a $25 corn dog.
No, it's not.
$25.
Stop
it. Expensive than that.
People,
are you kidding me?
Look at that thing.
Look at this thing. Look how long that thing is. Holy cow. Holy mackerel. Right, Spilly, go get some mustard and come right back.
Okay.
We need mustard.
You got it.
For me and you.
I'll be back.
Yeah, fork and a knife, too.
You're going to get after that, aren't you?
I'm going to kill it. What are you talking about? Huh? Yeah, that's going to go away. Yeah, as it should.
You know, to balance the meal out, there's some potato chips.
Right, I understand. Doug will be in the middle of this, too. There's nothing wrong with this.
Doug is looking at that. Oh, man.
I don't care if it's bigger in your forearm. You're going to help me with this. I can't believe the Diamondbacks brought me this. Look at this thing.
They had a nice little send-off in the notes, by the way. They said
they did.
Diamondbacks wish Rockies color analyst George Frazier the best of luck in retirement after 19 seasons in the Mile High City.
There you go. Thank you. Oh, boy. Spilly should have waited till like the 5th.
That's when you usually get hungry.
Well,
Dars usually runs out and gets you a dog.
I just ate a bunch of tacos before. Yeah, it was good, too. That's right.
Or no fouls that one off.
You know, the most important things, and I know fans at home sometimes you get tired of talking about food and everything else. I get it. But what time's the game start and where are we eating after?
It's all part of our agenda every day.
That's right, every day. Breakfast is good.
Good job of wasting that pitch by Justin Morneau. Justin gets to stay at home. He lives down here in the Scottsdale area.
Jorge De La Rosa.
Yeah, Jorge lives down here as well.
By the way, Ben Paulson has moved here now. Told me that last night as he was being picked up. I mean, really, what do you do with this? Is this like the family pack?
Family has a big family.
I'm just saying, you kidding me?
Feed a small army.
Yeah.
It's off the plate. That has the cholesterol level. I'm just saying. I'm just throwing this out there.
I know what you're doing. That's all right. Go ahead. I don't care. What's wrong with it? There's not that much in it. Seriously. Come on.
That has the cholesterol level.
Is that the width of the camera? Yeah.
Georgia, 6 people that have passed away already.
Right. Well, hey, Doc said mine's 150. I'm eating.
That should come with the cardiologist.
Well, that's like where we're staying right now. I go in and eat breakfast of bacon and eggs, right?
Yeah.
It's $35. 2 strips of bacon. Do they not know who I am?
If you're going to pay $35, at least they
I
should
want
give you
10 or 11 pieces of bacon.
I agree. I'm with you. Owings throws out Justin, and they're 2 outs.
Would you have to go get the mustard? This is even better. Come on, let's share.
I don't know what proper corn dog food etiquette is. I don't know if you're supposed to carry it.
Utensils, right?
Let me show you how it works. Here you go.
Is he ripping with his hands?
There you go. Eat up.
Look at that. That's like the size of one hot dog.
That's what you get. The first one.
He won't eat a hot dog.
I'm good.
As he says all the time.
So there's jalapeno, bacon, and corn dog.
Oh, that's perfect. Yeah. Hey, as Drew always says, you think I'm going to put anything in this statue? And I'm like, what statue are you talking about?
Yeah, my body's a
temple.
temple.
You go right there. Yeah.
All right,
perfect.
Drew.
Knock it
Billy,
out.
by the way, your voice sounds so much better than the other day. Yeah.
Lemon drops, you got some, didn't you?
How is it? Solid?
It's not bad.
See, there you go.
I don't think I can eat 2 feet worth of it, though. It's not bad.
Yeah, you can.
So?
Yeah, you can. I'm telling you, you can.
Well,
you can't
missed what I
expense it,
said
though.
a moment ago. This should come with the cardiologist.
I think
No.
I'm gonna have to go meet one.
Why are you kidding me? Come on, Drew.
You all right?
It's really not that bad.
Ooh, Drew, that's got cheese in it, too. Coming to you, Dougie.
2-2 on LeMahieu.
Dougie. Yeah, I
See,
know
Doug,
Dougie.
you want some, don't you?
Dougie,
You partake. All right.
Dougie likes it. Here, Dougie. Yeah, there you go. How'd I do, Dougie? Spilly did good. Spilly's the one that did really good.
Did you get tired, by the way, having to carry that up here? It's pretty heavy.
I thought he had a workout
Sorry,
this
he's got
morning. You keep...
Didn't your folks tell you to take smaller bites?
Why? Why would you take smaller bites, right? Right? What you forgot was something to wash it down with when you came in.
Whoa, that's a little high.
That's not high.
Come on. 3-2. Doris, are you going to have some?
Absolutely she is. It's coming to her right now. Doris is having some. Can't leave her out. Doris, you got to eat some.
The worst part about it was walking through and having people stare at you when you're walking by with that thing.
And judging you, right?
They were judging me.
They were judging
like, is he going to eat that whole thing? I was like, yeah, I am.
There's a base hit for LeMahieu.
Another one.
Another one. 2-out single for DJ. That'll bring up Tom Murphy.
I mean, that's like a whole bag of chips.
Catcher
on this
Tom Murphy.
It's crazy. All right, you got it, Drew.
You guys get after it. Tom had a nice ball game on Sunday with his family in attendance. 1 for 3 and an intentional walk. Scored a run after having a base hit in the 6th inning. 5-game hitting streak from Murphy. 8 for his last 19. Rockies 2 in the first, run in the third on Cargo's 40th home run of the year. Cargo's driven in 2, Nolan's driven in 1. Good eye by Murphy. That's in 2-0, and that'll bring Wellington Castillo out to the mound. We were chatting earlier about the fact that the Diamondbacks have a better road record than home record. They're the only team in the National League that actually has a better road record than home record. Chip Hale. There's Mark Grace. We were talking about Mark earlier. A Cub team that had 4 guys in the top 10 in hitting. .20 pitch to work with. And it's 3-0. He's being careful here in that there are 2 outs and you have the pitcher on deck. Murphy has already left the building 3 times in his brief big league career. And ball 4. So
see,
why 4 pitches?
Why exert yourself so hard though if you get intentionally, unintentionally walking? Just drill the guy.
Save 3 pitches.
Save 3 pitches. Or either lob 4 in and get the Bergman. I'm getting another bite. You go.
I cannot believe the size of this thing.
And yeah, there's still like there's about 15 inches left.
I have to call my accountant and see if I can afford to buy another one for George.
Really good. Hey,
does anybody have a nail?
You don't want it, put it down.
No, you could. Bergman a little tardy on that swing. 0-1 on
See,
Christie.
I think it's the bread, the crust, and all that.
That's what fills you up.
Yeah.
It took him 5 minutes to cook it. I stood there and waited 5 minutes.
Diners, dives, and drive-ins. You want the true description of it?
Yeah.
You don't watch that, do you, Drew?
I haven't taped at home. Or
yeah, right. I know better than that. See, I watch it, so then when we go on the road, you can go eat at those places.
I heard about a show that Charlie's going to be on. Charlie Blackman's going to be on in the off season on. What's that? It's not the Outdoor Network, but he's going to be on
Discovery.
No, it's not Discovery. He's going to be on that show.
Survivor.
I hope not.
Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
Keep going. Just keep firing. Anyhow, he's going
Afraid.
elk hunting up in Idaho. He's going fishing like down on the Gulf. And he's flying with
I don't know.
With the Blue Angels.
Really?
Yeah.
I think he's hanging out with Todd.
Wicked Tuna?
Well, it's like the Hitman or something.
Billy, it's sad. You and I watch the same shows. He doesn't even know what those shows are.
American Pickers.
It wasn't. That's Fraser's favorite show. It's not American Pickers.
Pawn Stars.
That's his second favorite show.
Yeah, Deadliest Catch.
Deadliest Catch I like.
Real Housewives of Atlanta?
No, I'm out.
It's a pretty good show, isn't it?
Good show to watch.
Guilty pleasure.
It's a good show to watch.
0-2. And swung on a miss. So Bergman strikes out. LeMahieu and Murphy left the board.
It used to be a lot bigger, huh, Spelly? It's not quite so big anymore. Yeah, see, we crushed it. We have killed half.
You have a lot of work left.
We've killed half.
Not even. It's time for our CenturyLink link to what's next. Tomorrow, Chad Bettis will make his final start of 2015, and he's been throwing the baseball very well. Chase Anderson will oppose him. Chase is 6-6, the native Texan. Went to school at OU.
Yes, he did.
You all right?
I couldn't eat it all. I had to send it next door. Couldn't do it.
Quit?
I quit. I give. But boy, it was good.
It
was really good, actually. Yeah.
Here's David Peralta. Peralta ground ball to second his first time up. 16 of his 17 home runs against right-handed pitching. And that ball is lined past Justin Morneau into that corner, and Cargo is going to fire it back in, but it's another triple. That's the second triple of the ball game for Arizona. Inciarte had one last inning, and now the tying run at third with nobody out. 10th triple for Peralta this year. That's a bunch.
That is a bunch. You get over to this corner. Cargo just fell earlier. It's kind of like, all right, you're not going to get me twice. I'm going to get the baseball. And that's exactly what he did. Smart play on his part. Unfortunately, Peralta can really run. No way for Cargo to try to cut that thing off. It got right down in the corner. And the odd angles here in this ballpark, when that happens, you got to be really careful, kind of lay back and wait for the ball to come to you.
Castillo takes a curveball in the dirt. That ball game in San Francisco. Kershaw against Bumgarner, and LA strikes first. They're up 1-0 in the second. If you could pick, George, two guys in baseball that you pay the most to go see oppose each other, for me, it may be those two.
That or Greinke versus Kershaw. I'd like to see that one. Arrieta versus any of those other three.
Yeah.
Arrieta won his 21st last night. Isn't that right? Yeah,
yes.
21st ball game with an earned run average. His earned run average second half is .082.
With what the Cubs have done, he's going to get plenty of MVP votes also.
Absolutely will.
Bruce Bochy, Don Mattingly. I don't know if either one of them want to wander to the mound and try to take the ball out of those two guys' hands.
Nice
the ground
move.
is short, and Reyes playing in, throws out Castillo.
Nice move defensively by the Rockies. They were deep, then came running in. So that shut down anything for Peralta, and the pitch really made the difference on it.
Walt
You
got that play out of Tony
See
Lewis's
it happening here of what goes on, and you can come in and cover your area up rather easy and be able to throw that. It's something that La Russa did in Oakland. It's something that he continued on in St. Louis, along with Bobby Cox at times would do that in Atlanta. So there's other teams been doing it.
Rockies stay in on the grass, and Jake Lamb fouls it off.
You know, Tony here, as he always is. Deshaun Watson to his right. Their top lieutenants here. Tony's enjoying this role. And it is covered up in coaches that have been successful for him. Dave McKay at first base. Long time coach for Tony La Russa. Dave Duncan is a special consultant to the Arizona Diamondbacks, his longtime pitching coach in Oakland and St. Louis. Well, either Nolan or Murph saw something because they automatically had a little meeting on the mound. Nolan, maybe they're picking pitches. Oh, he's still a nasty pitch. He got away with one there. Bell tie up, fastball just swung under. Movement created the swing and miss.
1-2 on Jake Lamb. Rockies up 3-2, and that's just off the plate. Get Peralta third after a leadoff triple.
Lamb looking for his first base hit against Christian Bergman. He's 0 for 6.
Well, this ball is hit a long way to right center field. Cargo out there makes the catch, and jogging home with the tying run is David Peralta.
34 RBIs now for Lamb.
A terrific running catch out there by Gonzalez.
You know, ball hit in the gap. It had a very high flight to the baseball. Bought him a little time to get there. See that ball center cut again versus being on the inner half of the plate. You know, Bergman can only watch, and a lot of times pitchers won't watch the flight of the ball till late. We'll watch the reaction of the hitter.
And a fastball in there for a strike on Chris Owens. 3-3 game. Cutter 0-2.
Didn't have a good swing at that at all. Totally fooled.
Rockies 6-10 against Arizona this year, just 2-5 in Phoenix. Earlier this year, they won a game down here, snapped a 5-game losing streak at Chase Field. Arizona's put up big numbers offensively all year against the Rockies. They've scored at least 4 runs in every game against the Rockies. They've had at least 8 hits in every game against the Rockies this year. And that's line to right. That got too much of the plate. So Owings with 2 outs at first, and Robbie Ray will come up. 5 hits for Arizona, 6 hits for the Rockies.
Announced today that I'm sure they covered it in the pregame show that Jerry DiPoto, the former Rocky pitcher, former general manager of the Angels, is now general manager of the Seattle Mariners.
They moved pretty quickly.
They did not hesitate. Cardinals will activate Adam Wainwright from the 60-day deal also.
He's going to work out of the bullpen.
Well, that's where he made his fame, starting out with Tony La Russa, closing out games in the World Series.
As a kid. Dodgers up 2-0 now. Here's the 1-2, and the breaking ball is missed. Get the out at first base. In the inning, a leadoff triple by Peralta, eventually scoring on a sac fly by Jake Lamb. We're tied at 3 as we go to the 5th. Top of the order next for the Rockies.
hitting this inning. And a couple years ago, April 28th, 2013, is in Chase Bank Park is where he made his debut, Nolan Arenado. And Paul Goldschmidt has been watching his career all along. Paul Goldschmidt has come to really love Nolan Arenado.
Look up every night, he's hitting a homer and driving in 2 runs, and that doesn't even start to mention his defense, which is, the best in all of baseball, maybe at any position, obviously at third base, and it stinks when we play these guys. He just starts making every play over there, and obviously you don't want to see him in the box, and he's always been had some good years, but this year taking it to the next level.
Well, both guys are building a mutual admiration for each other. Nolan likes to say that it's one of his favorite players to watch hit and play. And same with Goldschmidt. Goldschmidt's saying that, watching Nolan on the other side of the field is really tough because he's one of the best players in baseball. He doesn't like playing against him, but it's also really fun for him.
Yeah, I mean, you're talking about 2 guys that love to play, Spilly. There's a rocket base hit. And Blackman with a wide turn and a little bobble, and he'll take advantage. Spilly, talk about that. From the time you're little, you're told to take an aggressive turn. Sometimes you got to be careful right there so you don't get backdoored. But if you take an aggressive turn, you can take advantage of any kind of bobble.
Watching the ball on the flight of this it's absolutely right. As Charlie gets out here, Inciarte cuts the ball off. When he brought it up into the glove, he lost it. That's going to give an advantage. Charlie aggressively thought about it, had come to a stop, and then took off when the ball got bobbled. But he ran hard that first 95 feet.
So the go-ahead run at second.
6th there on Inciarte on the year.
They're bragging on their defense today, and they made a couple miscues.
Both in the outfield.
Taken off the third and safe underneath the tag. C.B. Buckner stayed with that. Charlie swipes his 42nd base.
Bad tag by Lamb. That was really bad. He was tagging to avoid contact. Good for the Rockies. And Jake Lamb did not apply an aggressive tag. See him catch this ball. Look, he didn't even know where Charlie was. He was more worried about his spikes hitting. That ball's there a good 6-7 feet before Charlie got there. I bet you if you could get a close-up, I bet you Lamb's eyes are closed.
But you know what? I don't want to beat him up, George. That was horrible.
It was horrible.
Just put the ball down. Put the glove down in front of the bag. It's like he's searching for a place to put the glove.
Yeah, he's out by literally 10 feet. Good for Charlie. 42nd stolen base for Charlie Blackman.
Infield's back. Reyes an RBI opportunity. Cargo's on deck. Look out.
Now one more look at this. I mean, you can't tell if Lamb. Where's Lamb tagging? Do we have any idea? That's why I said his eyes are closed.
Yeah, what's he doing?
He tagged to avoid tag. Having any kind of a collision with Charlie. His eyes were closed. It's the only thing I think of. How do you miss a foot by a foot and a half? There's no other way you do it.
Goldschmidt and Castillo moving toward the dugout, but it's over the top of it.
And I'm glad he did what he did because it helps the Rockies. Somebody out, runner on third base.
And ideally, you don't want to make the first or third out at third base. Unfortunately, tag was missed, 1 and 2. Reyes 2 for 2 in his return to the lineup. Again, he missed the whole Dodger series with tendonitis in his Achilles. And Jose pops it up. Owings will make the catch. And that'll bring up Cargo. He's had himself a night already. Cargo singled in a run with a rocket base hit to left center in the first, and then he hit a towering home run to right center, his 40th of the year.
Yeah, the third inning, man, slider stayed out over the middle of the plate, a towering fly that ended up bouncing into the pool. 40 home runs. It couldn't have happened to a better person or player.
So now the infield's in because there's one out. Chance for Cargo to give the Rockies the lead again. '96 RBIs after the 2 tonight for Cargo. Two and 0. Well, you're not alone. There's a lot of people that say that he has their favorite swing. One of them's pitching tonight for the Giants, Madison Bumgarner.
How would you like to be pulled in tight on the infield on the right side with him swinging right now?
No, thank you.
That's where you go to the mound and you go, hey, listen, let's get something squared up right now, Mr. Ray. Do not hang a slider. Do you understand me?
Cargo with that home run earlier, his 40th of the year, 172 now in a Rockies uniform. So the only guys in front of him are named Helton, Walker, Castilla, Bichette, and Tulowitzki. Tied with Big Cat. (2-1). Nolan's on deck.
I can tell you right now, if they get Gonzalez, Arenado will not hit.
Nope.
They'll take their chances with Corey Dickerson.
Two and 2. Blackman at third base with one out in a 3-3 game. For the most part, it's been a steady diet of fastballs against Cargo. The slider, as George described, he hung and Cargo hit it out.
Everything underneath the hands, though. There hadn't been anything out over the plate yet. His first pitch he saw from Robbie Ray tonight was an elevated fastball above his hands.
You want to go away here. And he got it. Made a good pitch.
Yeah, nasty slider. That was a really good pitch.
Third strikeout, and now with 2 outs, Nolan will come up, and I'm sure they'll pass on him. Time out for the big hit presented by Mako. Turn the car you drive into the car you love. Saturday, Nolan with a home run, his 40th against Brett Anderson.
Surprisingly, for me, they're going to go out and talk about it. See, and I hate this move if they say, well, just don't pitch unintentionally. No, we're just going to walk it. You know, I'm not going to pull any of that. There's too much of a chance for a mistake. Pitch that gets out over the plate. Mike Harkey says, you know what? Go pitch him. Let's go here. And he punches in on his stomach. Okay. Just hope Nolan was watching.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you. If it's a guy like Kershaw, Maddox, you know, a select few, okay.
Yeah, but I'm not going to let you know what, this guy's got 100-something now. They're going to go ahead and walk him. I mean, there wasn't even a discussion about anything. With Corey Dickerson coming up, third time he sees a pitcher, he's hit .351 against, left and right-handed. .293 first time, .347, and it jumps to .351. So he's hit a ball extremely hard tonight to right field for an out and grounded out back to Robbie Ray.
left fielder Corey Dickerson.
So Arenado goes down to first. Let's see if Corey can come through with 2 outs. Dickerson, a line drive to left and a broken bat comebacker. Top of the 5th inning, 3-3. Rockies have out hit Arizona 7-5. Pitch count starting to really elevate for Ray. Next delivery will be his 88th. Some pretty good players right there, huh?
Yes, they are. Dickerson in this situation, 348 average. You know, funny thing is, I started thinking in the COL League that year, of all the guys that were playing there, I think Charlie Blackmon was in the league a little bit at that time because he was coming back from a rehab. I'm trying to think of the other guys that I don't know if Trout was there playing in Inland Empire. He might have been with their A-ball team. You know, there was a lot of really good players playing in that league, in the COL League, that went on. The Arizona Diamondbacks AA team is in Mobile, Alabama. The Angels are in Little Rock.
And a broken bat looper that's caught by the third baseman Lamb. So the Rockies waste an opportunity to retake the lead. Blackmon was at third with nobody out. Backs 3. Rockies scored 2 in the first. Cargo drove 1 in with a single. Nolan Arenado had a sac fly for his 127th RBI. Then Cargo made it 3-1 with his 40th home run of the year. Goldschmidt has an RBI single. Diamondbacks caught the Rockies in the bottom of the 4th. They come up here in the bottom of the 5th, and they have the top of their order. Ender Enciarte, Brandon Drury, and A.J. Pollock. Enciarte hitting .386 over his last 17. He has a triple tonight, 1 for 2, and he takes a breaking ball for a strike.
Yeah, it looks like Rex Brothers, memory off of the delivery. He's warming up for the Rockies down in their bullpen. Bergman's pitch count at 67. There's Rex. Darryl Scott, AAA pitching coach. Darren Holmes, bullpen coach.
And the 0-2's fouled off by the 24-year-old Ender Inciarte. Change up. This can be a tough play for Nolan. Well, maybe not. That's exactly what Paul Goldschmidt was talking about a moment ago.
Get to watch all facets of what he does on the field, and impressive in everything that he does on this field. You know, one more look. He knows he's got a barehanded. He knows he has speed. What I like there, you saw it in slow motion. Nolan went from a palm grip to a two-finger grip to have better control of the throw and more accuracy. He was able to do that in a split second.
Curveball's low to Brandon Drury. Inside on Drury, originally with the Braves organization. He was part of that big deal prior to the 13 season when Chris Johnson and Justin Upton were shipped to Atlanta. In return, Delgado, Ahmed, Prado. There's a line drive to Nolan, 2 outs. All those guys came from the Atlanta organization. A.J. Pollock with 2 gone.
Center fielder, A.J. Pollock.
And the fastball's outside. One and one.
Follow the Rockies with MLB.com at bat, the #1 app for live Rockies baseball. At bat is up to the minute within the game highlights, live look-ins, replay reviews, and radio broadcast, StatCast, and more. Get MLB.com at bat now.
In the air to Blackman in center, and it's a 1-2-3 inning in the 5th for Christian Bergman. Well done. 3-3 as we go to the 6th. you by the Ford F-150. It's not just a truck, it's an F-150. And it's the future of tough. By Southwest Airlines, book your load right now at southwest.com. And by CenturyLink, your link to what's next. Robbie Ray to Justin Morneau, and he rolls it to Paul Goldschmidt, who's going to get some help from Ray. 1 out. That'll bring up DJ LeMahieu with a single in the 4th inning. He's 1 for 2. DJ LeMahieu, one of 21 players, George, in the big leagues to be doing what right now? Hitting 300. There's only 21 of them.
Wow. I was going to say playing as the most consistent second baseman in baseball right now.
Yeah, he's in that category
yeah,
also.
I thought so.
With 21 guys hitting 300 or better. That's a strike.
Yeah, velocity still hovering in that 92, 94 range. The last at 93. Had some pretty good sink on the ball.
Tried to turn on a high breaking ball. He pops it up. And Owings makes the catch. That'll bring up Tom Murphy.
Coors Field available year-round for special events in most areas of the ballpark. It can be reserved. Call the Rockies at 303 Rockies for more information. I think there was a wedding there the other day, actually. Early in the morning.
Murphy, a strikeout and a walk. Fastball's high. Well, we lost Yogi Berra several days ago, and one of his best friends in life, not just baseball, a guy he grew up with, Joe Garagiola, who's also an iconic baseball name and went on to fame in other areas. Former co-host of the Today Show, and he was calling games down here still for quite a while, but he was at the ballpark on Sunday.
First time all year. He called 3 innings in the booth with him. His mind is as sharp as it's ever been. Man,
Deep
Murph got
center field, way back, and Pollock right in front of the wall makes the catch to end the inning. So Murphy gave it a ride, an 8-pitch inning for Robbie Ray. 3-3 as we go to the bottom of the 6th.
face Paul Goldschmidt. Goldschmidt 1 for 3 on the day with an RBI. I've mentioned about how much Nolan appreciates watching Goldschmidt. And this is what he had to say.
He has a great routine. He sticks with his routine. If you watch his batting practice, he has the same thing. I feel like I've seen it for the last 3 years or 2 years. You know, I've seen him have the same routine constantly, and people feed off that. I mean, I think he plays hard, and I feel like the team watches him play hard, and everyone goes off what he does, and he's a great leader and a great competitor, and he's probably my favorite player to watch.
It was hard today trying to get a little sound from Paul Goldschmidt to talk about Nolan because he had such a routine where the Arizona Diamondbacks PA, the guys, they were saying, I'm not sure if you're going to be able to get him because he goes from one spot to another to another. Well, when I told him about Nolan talking about Paul, his eyes just lighted up. So these guys have such a mutual admiration for each other. It really is fun to watch, and we know we're going to see it for quite a few more years.
Yeah, great players admire great players. And I think that's the key to all of this. Success. You have challenges in between your teammates. You know, most home runs, RBIs that fuel each other, and it's also the same for players in the league.
Scott Oberg's in the ball game now. The fastball's in there 1-1 on Paul Goldschmidt. Singled in a run in the first, and broken bat roller to Arenado, his second time up.
Scott Oberg has thrown 6 1/3 innings against the Diamondbacks this year, 9 hits, 9 runs. That was that unfortunate ball game that he had here earlier in the year. They got after him in this ballpark. An inning and a third, so hopefully tonight's inning of work will be a little more dominant. Try to get him a chase on the high heat. He doesn't, even the count at 2-2.
And he didn't bite on the curveball, so it's 3-2.
Bergman threw 76 pitches, 49 for strikes. He went 5 innings, 3 hits, or 5 hits, 3 runs, 3 earned. He walked 1, he struck out 3.
He did a solid job.
Yes, he did. There's a solid pitch.
Yeah, a strikeout of Goldschmidt to begin the inning for Oberg.
Left field, David
They'll try to feed it underneath the hands of the right-handed hitter, and that's exactly what happened here. That's a big move changeup.
Peralta tripled and scored the tying run in the fourth. And that's at the knees at 97 from Oberg. Off the plate. That's in the dirt. 3 balls and a strike. This Diamondback club has been one of the highest scoring teams in the National League. 3rd in runs scored. 4.44 a game, which is 8th best in baseball. Their run prevention and run production have both gone in the right direction this year. That's one of the reasons they've improved significantly wins and losses wise from a year ago. They have 147. They're plus 147 in run differential this year from last year, which is 2nd best in the National League to the Cubs as Peralta draws a 1-out walk.
This is hilarious. Upper deck. Doris and I both saw it sitting there in the booth. We tracked it up in the seats while you're reading those numbers. Drew, watch this. I got it. No, I did not. They all got a beer bath.
Perfect shot.
Yeah.
Wellington Castillo. He's been part of this turnaround for Arizona. When he came down from Seattle, he just started crushing the baseball. $19 home runs for Castillo. We're talking about Joe Garagiola. He had, like Yogi, so many great quotes. This should be 2. And it will be. Joe Garagiola. Not only wasn't I the best player on any of my teams, I wasn't the best player on my block. Grew up with next to Yogi. Find the latest Albuquerque Isotopes jerseys, t-shirts, novelties, plenty more at abqisotopes.com. Albuquerque Isotopes, proud AAA affiliate of the Colorado Rockies. Talking to Glenn Allen Hills with the club right now, manager of Albuquerque. He said that first year down there was just a wonderful experience all around. Inside the ballpark, outside the ballpark, well attended, great facility, exceptionally well run. A real win-win for the Rockies. Here's the former Rocky, Matt Reynolds, George, taking over in the 7th inning.
Been up for a while here in September, the latter part of August. 15 games he's appeared in, 438 earned run average. He has struck out 17. When Matt first came to the big leagues, velocity in the mid-90s. It's now more in the high 80s with a very good accomplished slider and a split finger.
Rafael Noah is going to pinch hit for Oberg, 9-1-2. Rafi's been swinging it well. And true to what George just described, that first fastball at 87.
Pinch hitting this year, 297, 4 RBIs with 6 doubles for Noah.
And Rafi pops this one up in shallow right, and moving over making the play is Drury, 1 out. So Blackman will come up.
Center fielder Charlie Blackman.
With every challenge call, the Subaru Eyesight Review will determine the outcome. Love it's what makes a Subaru a Subaru. Rockies got off to a fast start tonight for Walt, up 2-0 in the first. And the breaking ball misses. Blackman showed bunt.
Now Matt Reynolds looked in, wanted to know where the pitch was. The key to that is if the catcher pops up You block the vision of the umpire a lot of times on receiving the ball. I will say this, Matt Reynolds' wife makes some of the best jam I've ever been given. She made a batch of it when he was last year with the Rockies. High fly ball to dead center. I was fortunate enough to get some strawberry. It was good.
2 outs and Jose Reyes.
Just a little added note on Matt Reynolds.
Yeah, that's worthwhile information.
Yeah.
Reyes 2 for 3 this evening. Rockies trying to win their 4th straight. Hasn't happened since July. Still 2-0 in the 5th now. The Dodgers behind Clayton Kershaw leading the Giants and Madison Bumgarner, the magic number 2. So if LA beats the Giants, they clinch the NL West.
Kansas City lost again. The White Sox 4-2 winner in that game. Texas won 7-6.
Angels winning big early at home against Oakland 6-0 in the 4th.
Houston 3-2 in the 5th, which is obviously some playoff implications. That ball club started to mirror the Milwaukee Brewers just a year ago. They had such a big league middle of August, and they started to trail off.
Outside on Reyes. 3 balls and a strike. Carr goes on deck. And that looked like it was stolen sort of by Wellington Castillo, but maybe it was on the edge as you look at the 4th strike zone. 3-2. Been a good zone tonight for Lance Barrett. And this is up the middle, a base hit, 3rd hit for Reyes. So that will allow number 5 to come up here in the 7th. Two for 3 tonight. He's got the average 270, and earlier, if you missed it, his 40th home run of the year.
Gonzalez in his career against Matt Reynolds 1 for 2. Reynolds likes to work ahead with fastballs and then try to throw a slider down and away. Never had a great move to first base. And of course, we all know that Reyes can steal a base. He's got 23 on the season, 7 with the Rockies.
Center field, Pollock has got it, and that ends the inning. Middle of 7. We are still knotted up at 3.
take you to last night in San Francisco. Alejandro de Aza hits a sac fly to score the winning run at home plate. Why this is important is because the Giants beat the Dodgers again. The Dodgers have lost 4 straight games, meaning that when they came in and faced the Rockies on Friday, they had a magic number of 2. You can see the record, 87-65. They have not won a game since. The Giants, they have been winning. And right now, Kershaw's leading Bumgarner 2-0. If the Giants can go on to win the next 3 games, we're talking about Rockies-Giants game this weekend with the potential that the Giants can turn around, and if the Dodgers go ahead, lose them all, which would be great, we could see a division championship maybe coming down to the wire between the Dodgers and the Giants, and it brings up so many memories of the 1964 Philadelphia Phillies. What do you think about that, George?
You weren't even born in '64.
Yeah, but you were.
I was 10. Yeah. Well, you know what? Hey, I think back to a lot of different teams, Billy, that had big leads. I mentioned Milwaukee just recently, how big a lead they had. It didn't finish off for them. They missed out on everything a year ago. They had a great team. I'd love to see that on the last weekend, though. When was it that Nafi Perez hit a home run in Denver against the Giants to make them go to Chicago and play a 1-game playoff to see if they got to continue?
Well, first things first, 5th inning right now. Clayton Kershaw isn't budging. It's 2-0 LA. That's Kershaw and Bumgarner matched up. They were the 07 Mets who blew a 7-game lead with 17 to play.
What was it, the Red Sox Yankees, when the Yankees caught the Red Sox?
64 Phils that Spilly mentioned. They were up 6.5 with 12 to go.
Yeah, but I think the Red Sox were up like 14.5 in 1978.
78, they were up 14 in July on the Yankees.
Yeah, Justin Miller has struck out 15 of the last 29 he has faced.
3-1 to Jake Lamb, fouled off.
I think we always love a good collapse, do we not? We love, 2011, Boston had a 9-game lead in September, and they ended up not even making the playoffs. You remember that with the big fallout? Tito Francona ended up losing his job for that. Atlanta the same year had an 8.5-game lead September 5th. They lost it, especially in division. I know DJ was really proud that they swept the Dodgers, and he had that little grin of his. He'd love to see the Dodgers not win anything.
How about this? Came all the way back and struck out Jake Lamb. Justin Miller did.
By the way, it was 98 when Nafi hit that home run against the San Francisco Giants to make him play the 1-game playoff.
I will say this, Billy. If somehow the Giants were to come back tonight, there's still plenty of time. We're talking about the 5th inning. If somehow they were to come back and now they had defeated the Dodgers 2 straight when Greinke and Kershaw started, there's going to be a whole lot of folks with white knuckles, you would think, in that Dodger clubhouse.
Well, the Dodgers play the Padres this weekend in LA. So you'll probably get, and if they can't win, think about that. 2 games are left for their magic number. If they end up losing the series to the Giants and lose 2 out of 3 to San Diego, oh man. And plus you can't even match up for using Kershaw and Greinke. You're going to have to use them this weekend. If they ended up being able to clinch against the Giants, they wouldn't have to.
Reyes throws out Owings, 2 outs.
They'll go to their bench now after 6 innings from Robbie Ray in the game. 6 innings, 7 hits. Reynolds threw the inning also. Excuse me. Pinch hitting for Matt Reynolds, who just worked the 7th inning.
Pinch hitting for Matt Reynolds, number 68, Socrates.
Socrates Brito is going to hit.
Yeah, left-handed hitter's got some pop in his bat.
Gotta love his name, Socrates Brito.
Yeah, I watched him take batting practice today from up here. Sent a lot of balls the opposite way with some authority.
0-1.
Rex Brothers and Diaz both warming up down in the Rockies bullpen.
Fouled off out of play. Miller ahead 1-2 on Brito. This ball is sliced to left. Dickerson chasing. Brito runs pretty well for a big man, and he's got a double.
Yeah, just inside out of the baseball slider. And sliced down through the ball, shot it by Nolan down the third base line. It was well off with the shift on, and he beat the shift. Got into scoring position. Inciarte is at the plate. Brothers is ready in the bullpen. Walt's going to allow the the right-handed Miller to try to get the out. Man, no, not either. Not sure what Walt's coming out to visit with home plate umpire Lance Barrett about.
What are they looking at?
I have no idea. Let's look at the slide and see if it's in the slide. If he did, if they kept the tag on him. Dale Scott, second base umpire. When he comes in, they've talked so much about the replay. There's that. Oh, I don't know if that back foot stayed on or not. Wow. All right, lead foot's off. You know what? Back foot may be off too. Maybe.
What's your thought on this rule? Because the spirit of the rule is safer out on the slide into the bag. When obviously with the neighborhood play, you don't have to always be on the bag. It's time for a Subaru review. Whether you're on the road or at the game, everybody can use a second set of eyes. He's safe. There's not even a play, and as he has a pop-up slide, you sit there and apply the tag. I wonder if they'll revisit this in the offseason.
Why?
Because I've heard a lot of players say and managers say that it's really not the spirit of why we went to review.
Well, if you overslid the bag, you're out.
If you overslid the bag, that's one thing. In that, it's a pop-up slide.
Well, stay on the bag then.
Yeah, it's not about this particular. It's just about, it's come up a number of times in discussions the last couple of years.
If I'm touching you with the ball and your feet are off the bag, you're not in contact, you're out. Plain and simple.
All right, well,
I don't want none of this spirit of the play thing or none of that. I mean, you're out. If you weren't on the bag, you're out. It's no different than the hidden ball trick, kid. That's exactly what it is. It looked like his toe stayed on, though. It did. They're going to play baseball.
The runner is safe at second base.
So Brito at second, 2 outs, and that'll bring up Inciarte. And with Inciarte coming up, Walt wants Rex Brothers to come in and face him. So Miller goes 2/3 of an inning, a strikeout, and he gives up that double. Tied at 3 in the 7th, first of 3. Brito at second. Inciarte now face Rex Brothers.
And Rex coming into the ball game again. The 8 walks, but he's pitched better, much better in recent ball games. 8 2/3, 4 strikeouts for Rex Brothers, an earned run average of 2.08.
Put a play on, and Reyes slapped the tag down, but Brito was back.
Last 11 appearances, 6 innings, 4 hits, no runs for Rex. He got this one. He'll flip it on to Morneau and ended here in the 7th. Good job, Rex Brothers.
We'll move to the 8th, tied at 3. The morning, watch as the Jayhawks of Kansas will be in Ames, Iowa to take on the Iowa State Cyclones. Big 12 showdown there. Then at 6, it's the Rio Grande rivalry as New Mexico State and New Mexico will take on each other in the Battle of I-25.
64th appearance, 5-1 overall record, 282 earned run average. He has struck out 58.
25-year-old rookie, Andrew Chafin. He's been throwing the ball well of late.
Yeah, you could see that, or he wouldn't be given an opportunity to face Nolan left on right. He's been able to handle right-handers, 222, only a couple of home runs, 3 given up total on the year.
Arenado, Dickerson, Morneau in a 3-3 game in the 8th. All the runs in the first 4 innings. Bullpens have done a good job. Bergman originally the starter for the Rockies. Robbie Ray started for Arizona. Dodgers now have extended that lead to 4-0, and Kershaw's throwing a 1-hitter. They're in the 6th. Nolan drives this ball to right center, and it's going to get down, and then I think Inciarte lost it in the lights, and it's a double for Arenado. He had a really strange reaction after he ran up on the ball. He wasn't going to catch it, and then it was as if
there's a row of lights that run around all these ballparks. And I think on its flight coming down, the ball never got any higher than that. Watch, he'll turn away to where he couldn't see it. I think originally he thought he might have been able to catch that ball in the air. Good thing A.J. Pollock was backing it up. Nolan at second with nobody out. Inciarte never saw the baseball at the last 25, 30 feet.
That's a big double from this game standpoint, clearly. It's also a big double because now Nolan, with 41 home runs, is one double shy of producing 40 doubles. He leads Major League Baseball with 84 extra base hits. When he produces that 40th double, as Dickerson's up, it'll be the 37th time a player in history has had a 40 homer, 40 double season, and this is a good job there by Dickerson. The end of his at bat, his main objective was to get Nolan to third, and he does it right there, and that's why he's getting high fives. He goes in the back door of the club of the dugout. So with one out, Morneau will face the infield being in and try to put the Rockies out in front. Team at bat there by Dickerson. Morneau 0 for 3. Hitting lefties coming in at better than a 400 clip. Hitters count now 2-0 on Morneau. See the splits this year. He lost more than 3 months with the head and neck injury. 3-0. DJ LeMahieu's on deck. Swinging 3-0.
Yeah, why not? Accomplished hitter. Got to have something to hit first, though.
So
close.
4-pitch walk. And Chip Hale's going to make a change. So with 2 on and 1 out, the Rockies in the 8th inning, a marvelous opportunity to retake the lead. As we go to this promo, George, the day after every Rockies victory, get 50% off your online order at Papa John's. You knew that, right? Promo codes RocksWin at PapaJohns.com. The Bracho man is in. Silvino Bracho, 11th appearance, and what he inherits is a Rocky at third and a Rocky at first with one out.
10 appearances, been pretty special. 9 1/3, 14 strikeouts. A hard throwing right-hander, but lefties have hit .385. He has dominated right-handers, 167. The perfect scenario for the Diamondbacks is a ground ball in the middle of the infield, turn a double play. For the Rockies, fly ball into the outfield or a base hit.
DJ singled in the fourth, 1 for 3. And that fastball at 93 is inside. Bracho's not a big guy, 5'11", about 180. Made his big league debut a month ago. He's closing games in Mobile and also Visalia this year.
He climbed quick, one of those guys that had to be protected on the roster. Let's run him up and see what he can do.
DJ, and it's a safety. Well, it was a safety squeeze, but Nolan gets hung up, and he's out of the baseline. He's out. It's interesting. I still thought he could get back, George. Morneau moves to second. The Rockies gamble that DJ can get the bunt down. They had the right guy at the plate, and he just bunted through the baseball. Maybe not.
He's about 15 feet off the bag, and I think that's where Nolan called out immediately when he jumped out of the line. Surprise attack didn't work. DJ go ahead again, get a base hit and knock in Morneau. They'll hold their defense wide to cover up the holes defensively versus trying to hold on Morneau, so you can extend your lead even farther. You see, that's the old Jim Leland theory. 2 outs, forget about the runner, get the out. So we'll play straight up defense. We'll let him have the big lead. We just need to get an out to end the inning.
Two and one on LeMahieu. And again, that was not a suicide squeeze. Arenado didn't break. He's reading whether the bunt gets down, but you still got to get a pretty good jump, and he just felt like he couldn't get back on the throw by Castillo. 2-2. This ball lined to left field's got to get down. Running catch, David Peralta, and the Rockies do not score, with runners at first and third and one out.
Boy, what a catch out in left field. The reaction out of both of these guys. One by the pitcher. He got the out.
brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Book your low fare now at southwest.com. By Saratoga Casino, so new, so you. And by the Courtyard by Marriott, Western Elegance in the cultural heart of the city. Nothing decided yet. Downtown Phoenix, Arizona. Rockies 3, Diamondbacks 3. And at the bottom of the 8th inning, Brandon Drury, A.J. Pollock, Paul Goldschmidt, 2-3-4 in their lineup. And Jairo Diaz is on the mound now for the Rockies. He's the 4th pitcher out of the bullpen, 5th overall used this evening by Walt Weiss.
Been successful for him. 19th appearance, 231 against lefties, 250 against righties. In 16 innings, 12 strikeouts. He'll have a tie score here in the bottom of the 8th inning as they work, as Drew mentioned, the top of their lineup, 2, 3, and 4.
Slider, strike 1 on Drury. Drove home a run with a ground out in the 3rd innings, 0 for 3. Last at bat he lined to Arenado at 3rd. Nolan pretty close to that line. Outfield straight up and deep. 0-2. Drury gone on 3 pitches. Get him at first base, and there's 1 out as Pollock comes up.
Totally overmatched him. Well, if you've ever dreamed of becoming a Rocky, well, this is your chance. Sign up for Fantasy Camp taking place at Salt River Fields on Talking Stick, January 27th through the 31st. Featuring special coach Todd Helton. Visit Rockies.com/fantasy camp for more details. You need to get involved. Come have some fun. I'll look forward to seeing you there.
A.J. Pollock hits it fair to Nolan, and he throws a bullet across. 2 outs. Four pitches in, 2 gone. That'll bring up Goldschmidt. RBI single in the 1st, ground ball to 3rd, and a strikeout for Paul Goldschmidt. Goldschmidt is the 6th first baseman in history to produce a 30 home run, 100 RBI season that includes 20 or more stolen bases. He's got 21 stolen bases this year. The last guy to do it, old friend of yours, George, Ryan Klesko.
Played on those teams, Klesko and Nevin. San Diego. Phil Nevin here with the ball club with the Arizona Diamondbacks. He's the AAA manager for the Diamondbacks.
2-0. There were 3 names on there of first basemen that have accomplished that kind of surprised me. Carl Yastrzemski, who was playing first at the time he did it. Rafael Palmeiro. I never thought of Palmeiro as a guy who'd steal bases. And Joe Carter. Some of these guys are former outfielders.
Well, that's part of it, yeah.
This is bouncer to short. And Jairo Diaz with a really strong inning. 7-pitch inning. And now we'll go to the 9th. Bottom of the order for the Rockies. Moment. Georgie, wake up. Wake up. Yeah, give him a couple minutes. He'll wake up. 3-3 is the score. Tom Murphy's going to lead things off here in the ninth. Rockies had first and third in the 8th inning. They tried a safety squeeze. LeMahieu missed the bunt, and Nolan Arenado got hung up. And then DJ hit a line drive to the right of Peralta and left, and Peralta laid out and made a nice catch that saved the go-ahead run from scoring.
Actually, Jenny, I was stretching in the back of the booth, if you can imagine that. Trying to map my way through here in the 9th inning. Thought maybe they might pinch hit Paulson for Murphy. You still have Rosario and Garneau that could catch. Thought you might go left. They did have Hessler, the left-hander, warming up down in their bullpen. A couple of things, couple of ways they could have gone. Del Calso was in the on-deck circle.
Silvino Braccio stays in. Murphy hit a ball to the wall in center his last time up. And this is a high fly ball that's going to be handled by Peralta. 1 out. Who Wants Tacos? Fans follow at Root Sports _RM on Twitter to receive alerts for the Rockies Taco Special when the Rockies score 7 or more runs. Daniel Descalso with 1 out in the 9th. Outside, ball 1. And that misses. 2-0. Boone Logan, John Axford in the Rockies pen.
Peralta, Wellington, Castillo, and Lamb, 2 out of 3 left-handed bats coming up. Axford if the Rockies get the lead.
Two and 1.
February 20th, 2016, the University of Denver and Colorado College will face off at Coors Field in the first outdoor collegiate hockey game in Colorado. Tickets are on sale now at Rockies.com/hockey. No, he didn't. No, CB, come on. Okay, maybe he did.
Yeah.
Maybe you saw it right, CB. I'm sorry.
2 and 2. And Daniel didn't argue much.
You're not going to win either way.
Now that one he did hold up. Come on now. That one, he's really. George, you handle this one. Let's see.
Center fielder Charlie Blackman.
Yeah, he went again, didn't he?
Yeah.
So you and I are over.
We're out.
We're out. And CB can keep his job
And
at
everybody
third.
can call us homers. That's okay. I didn't think he went around either way. I don't care.
Charlie hit one in the seats. Blackman's 2 for 4 this evening. Rockies have not scored since Cargo was trotting around the bases with his 40th home run in the 3rd. Rockies have had guys on in every inning since the 3rd, with the exception of the 6th inning.
Bottom fell out of that thing. Yeah, good fastball. absolute wipeout off-speed pitch at 83 miles an hour. Charlie thought he had another heater. Quick front side action on his arm made it a little more deceptive to Charlie.
Inside, 1-2.
He got after that heater at 93. Thought he had the strikeout.
One and two on Blackman. They set up inside. And he gets a chase on a slider. So Bracho retires all four men he faces. 3-3 going to the bottom of the ninth. Logan's going to take over for the Rockies initially. Our Jimmy John's delivery of the game. How about third inning? Carlos Gonzalez towering fly ball to right center field. And it landed beyond the fence. 40th home run of the year for Cargo. He joins his buddy Nolan Arenado in the 40 home run club. Historic night for the Rockies. And I'd like to end it with a victory. And get it to extra innings. Initially, as I said, it'll be Boone Logan against Peralta. And then you have Wellington Castillo, and then another left-handed bat scheduled in Jake Lamb.
Not sure you'll see that one. 59 games appeared in. Left-handers 235 with no home runs. Right-handers 338 with just 3 home runs.
And you got Aaron Hill with a lot of pop, who hits from the right side. Veteran hitter. You may see him for Jake Lamb. Would be a possibility.
Pretty easy straight up switch.
Yeah, go and play third. And this is popped up out of play. Four nothing now, going to the 8th inning. It's all Dodgers. Hang on, they are National League West champions. Angels extending their lead to 7-1 over Oakland in the 7th inning. Texas held off Detroit 7-6. It's a final. 0-2.
Last 15 appearances for Boone Logan, he's only been scored on once. Been very effective.
Yep. And most of the opportunities for Boone have been left on left situations. Cubs up 4-0 on Cincinnati in the 9th. And with the slider, he gets Peralta 1 out.
The right-hander German is warming up down in the bullpen for the Rockies. We'll let Boone Logan take the matchup of Castillo versus himself. Let's see what we got here on Castillo and Boone Logan. They've never matched up. It's a top secret mission now.
For both.
Yeah.
Big ball game in Seattle. Houston and the Mariners 4-4 in the 7th. A 1 on Castillo. A little more life in Boone's arm also, it seems like.
Starting to be able to get that extension to home plate. See the 93, 94 mile an hour fastball again.
On the inside corner, 1-2. The slider's fouled back. .52 RBIs for Castillo, a new career high. He had 46 last year. There's 17 home runs with Arizona, one off the catcher record set by Miguel Montero, who's now catching for Chicago.
And having another good year.
Good player. Two and two on Castillo. And a strikeout of Wellington by Logan. Back-to-back strikeouts. So Lamb will hit for himself.
A much higher velocity, and with the fastball 92, 94, and then it snapped slider. And Boone making it difficult on the Diamondbacks tonight. Dougie, it's the first time you've ever flipped me a note and it flew out of the booth.
Somebody's reading it down behind home plate.
No, it's on the ledge. Let me see where it is. Dougie, you better go get it. Nope. It's at home plate. Never mind.
First pitch to Lamb. A slider. Misses. Ball one. Guess Kershaw's taking it upon himself. You know how many hits he's allowed?
2.
Uno.
Oh, well. And the Rockies bullpen very good tonight. 3 2/3, a hit. No runs, obviously. 5 strikeouts and just 1 walk. Let's go get the 6th.
And the slider touched the inside corner. It's 2-1. And another one.
Very good. He just threw it right at him. The youngster gave up on it. A little bit elevated in the zone. Watch his first reaction when the pitch comes. See, it started to bend backwards. You've won the battle as a pitcher.
And a third one, strikes out Lamb. What an inning for Boone Logan. Send it to extras. He strikes out the side in the bottom of the 9th. And the Rockies will begin with Reyes when we come back. Beef jerky all season long. Jack Link's beef jerky. Feed your wild side. Three as we go to the top of the 10th inning. It'll be Reyes, Gonzalez, and Arenado against Daniel Hudson.
And his hard-throwing right-hander has really found the velocity after going back into the bullpen. Has touched 99 at times, even 100. 67 strikeouts in 67 innings. 388 earned run average. Jose Reyes will start it off against him here in the top of the 9th inning.
How about this just being the 8th extra inning game this year for the Rockies? 3 and 4. 17 of them, now 18 for Arizona. The first pitch at 95 in their first strike. Reyes had a good ball game. 3 singles in 4 at bats. Jake Lamb still inside the bag at third, guarding against a bunt. Oh and 2. 1-2. One out as the backpedaling Brandon Drury makes the catch, and that'll bring up Cargo.
Right fielder Carlos Gonzalez.
Best threat really for either team came in the 8th inning for the Rockies. Arenado doubled leading off the inning. Moved to third on a right side ground out by Dickerson. Morneau walked first and third. LeMahieu up with one out. And DJ on a safety squeeze couldn't get the bunt down. And Arenado was caught too far off third. Rockies still had a chance because Morneau had moved up to second. DJ lined out to a diving David Peralta and left. If he doesn't make that play, the Rockies would take the lead.
Three for 12 against Hudson.
Took something off. It's 1-1. 5 home runs this year for Cargo against Arizona. Five of his 40. How about 41? 98.
With a whole bunch of run on it. Ball started in the inner half and ran to the outside corner.
Cargo slashes it foul.
That guy just did a face plant over the railing.
Inside at 97, it's 2-2. If the Rockies take the lead, the man on the right will come in, or excuse me, left. And if the Rockies stay even, it'll be Gonzalez Germain on the right. Changeup. 2 outs. Nolan Arenado.
Last time the Rockies were in extra innings, Matt Latos was on the mound for the Dodgers. He now pitches for the Angels. Sorry, Spilly, you didn't get any.
Nope. Frozen out of that. We enjoyed that so much. It'd be nice to see him do it again.
Yes, I would. Why not?
Oh, I'll get one today, though. If he hits one, I got an easy high five.
If he hits one, I think you're going to home plate. With a high five. Come
Good
on.
idea. Yep, no, I'll do it.
Drew's got 100, says you won't do it.
I will. I have my rally gum in right now. Is this annoying?
Yes.
Okay, I'll stop.
Not to me.
11 home runs in the month of September for Nolan. 32 RBIs. Starting to approach the 2010 numbers of Troy Tulowitzki. 15 and 40. Well, that changeup after 97, 98 is awfully difficult.
Benefits of being a starting pitcher in his earlier part of his career because he developed a good changeup. It's really good tonight. He struck out Cargo and it gets a swing and miss here from Nolan.
This is closer stuff for Daniel Hudson. And he went back to it. He gets Reyes, Gonzalez, Arenado in order with 2 strikeouts. We'll go to the bottom of the 10th, 3-3. Sports from Chase Field. Chris Owings will be first here in the bottom of the 10th inning as we glance at the scoreboard, and now it is 7-8-0. The Dodgers in front of the Giants in the 8th. It looks like they're going to have a celebration at AT&T. It took them a while, but the Dodgers are going to clinch the National League West tonight.
Gatfield didn't get an out. 3 runs scored on 3 hits. Bumgarner gave up 4 runs, 3 earned.
Gonzalez Germain here in the 10th. Owings tonight is 1 for 3. Rockies bullpen has retired 7 in a row and 10 of 11 on the outside corner for a strike. Throw pitches there, you're not going to give up much. Logan a 1-2-3 ninth with 3 strikeouts. Jairo Diaz a 1-2-3 eighth that included a strikeout. Rex Brothers and Justin Miller combined in the 7th inning to allow just 1 base runner. They had a strikeout. Scott Oberg had a solid 6th inning. This ball's lined to left. Dickerson's going to make the catch, though. Hardest hit ball in a while. Chris Owings lines out.
Aaron Hill will come off the bench. His power trying to end it with 1 swing. Hill is a pinch hitter this year. 9 for 27. He's yet to hit a home run, but he leads their clubs in RBIs off the bench with 7.
And Hill swings over the top of a good changeup. Twice he's won a Silver Slugger award, once in each league. 2009 with Toronto, 2012 with Arizona. 0-1. 1-1. Career .336 hitter against Colorado. Been good to see tonight, George, and it works together. So many strike 1 pitches to start off hitters from the Rockies bullpen tonight.
It's just all it does is send the game. It's so much easier for you. It opens up the avenue of any pitch you have when you're hitting counts. Just can't make mistakes.
Worked ahead throughout the evening. Randall Delgado's now throwing for Arizona. They got a lot of arms.
Yeah, they do.
That's a good pitch. Strike 3.
Aaron Hill didn't think so. Thought the ball was down. He called it on the pitch, not on the swing.
Ender Inciarte with 2 outs and nobody on. Last base runner was Socrates Brito, doubling with 2 outs as a pinch hitter in the 7th. Kershaw, by the way, is still in that ballgame.
Think back 2 starts ago when Donnie took him out when he gave up 3 runs in 5 innings. They had a disagreement in the dugout, and it worked out because Kershaw got the win. They scored 4 runs in the bottom of the inning. The bullpen carried it the rest of the way.
Close, but that missed. 2-0.
And Mattingly said to me it had nothing to do other than you're down 3 runs and you're coming up to hit. I'm going to use my bench and try to get a win out of the game, and they did, and Kershaw got the win.
Well, his ability to throw a changeup in any counts
beneficial.
Is really good. changeup on 3-1 misses. So Inciarte with very good speed goes down to first with 2 outs. And that'll bring up Brandon Drury. You would assume Inciarte would look for an opportunity early to run with 2 outs.
21 stolen bases. He's only been caught 10 times. A youngster behind the plate, a guy that has a little bit of a high leg kick. May play a role, may not.
Oh for 4 tonight, Brandon Drury. First big league hit, a single off John Gray. There's a strike.
50 at bats at the big league level. It's starting to have that same confidence you've had. He's only struck out 7 times in those 50 at bats. Start to have the feeling that you belong and a little comfortable than you did those first 15 at bats.
One and two. Swung on and missed. Let's go to the 11th. Rockies bullpen has been, in a word, outstanding. Jerky, and here is our game summary. Though thus far, the Rockies scored runs early, 2 in the first. Cargo had a base hit, sac fly from Nolan Arenado, and then back came Arizona. Cargo would make it 3-1 with his 40th home run of the year. But Arizona would ultimately get an RBI ground out, and then after David Peralta triple, they evened it at 3. So here we go to the 11th inning. And for the Rockies, Corey Dickerson will face Randall Delgado.
He's pitched well out of the bullpen. 61st game for him to appear in. It's another one of those big arms coming out of the yard. Delgado in his career against the Rockies and against Corey Dickerson. 0 for 7.
The first pitch to Corey misses. Dickerson, Morneau, and LeMahieu in the 11th. Dickerson fouls off that high fastball. Corey's staying away from Dickerson's power, and it's 1-2. Corey hit .327 against righties. Rockies got off to that fast start, showed some of the highlights. In the first, it was single by Blackman, single by Reyes, single by Gonzalez. Line drive, sac fly by Arenado. And then Dickerson, who was the 5th man up in that first inning, he hit a scorching liner to left. First 5 guys
looked
all
like
hit the ball hard.
Yeah, it looked like it was going to be a big ball game for the Rockies.
So with the last 3 arms, and we know Hudson and Delgado well, but Bracho, who we saw a little bit of in the last series against Arizona, all very impressive.
Last 3 innings for Rockies pitchers, 6 strikeouts. Have not given up a hit. They've walked 1. On the night, they've struck out 8 in 4 innings of work. Excuse me, 5 innings of work. Just 1 hit allowed.
Corey, that's
like
Corey.
He
I mean, he almost had to jump to reach that pitch. Where hand-eye coordination comes in, and he's got look at that. Unbelievable hand-eye coordination.
A lot of times he hits that ball with authority. This time you're sitting at home watching, you go, don't swing at that. It's over your head.
It was nose high. One out, 3 straight strikeouts for the Rockies. That'll bring up Morneau. The pitching has dominated out of the bullpen tonight. One and one on Justin. Walked in the 8th inning, 0 for 3 otherwise.
Arizona's bullpen, 4 1/3, 5 strikeouts and a walk, and giving up a couple of hits.
Brooks Brown now throwing in the Rockies bullpen.
That's a nasty changeup at 87.
4 straight strikeouts.
He must have worked. Hudson must have worked with him before he came in. Same exact type movement on that pitch.
Great movement, great location. It generally gets a swing and a miss. DJ LeMahieu singled back in the 4th. DJ drives this ball to center field, and Pollock makes the catch, and the Rockies go quickly and quietly in the 11th. Are presented by Jack Link's Beef Jerky all season long. Jack Link's Beef Jerky, feed your wild side. We move to the bottom of the 11th inning. The Rockies and Diamondbacks have been tied since the 4th at 3. Rockies' pen has been outstanding, and so has Arizona's. Brooks Brown will be next up for Colorado, and he'll get the tough part of the lineup. A.J. Pollock out of the 3-hole, Paul Goldschmidt and David Peralta. First two are All-Stars. And if there was a postseason All-Star game based on what he did in the second half, David Peralta would be an All-Star. So a tough threesome for Brooks Brown. Christian Bergman started 5 innings. He allowed the 3 runs on 5 hits. A walk and 3 strikeouts for Christian. Then Oberg, Miller, Brothers, Jairo Diaz, Boone Logan, Gonzalez, Germain, and now Brooks Brown. 1 for 3 and a walk for the former Notre Dame star A.J. Pollock. And that fastball's down low. And he takes that pitch, a changeup off the plate, so it's 2-0. On Pollock. Diamondbacks had the leadoff man on 1 time tonight. 3-0. That was when Peralta tripled in the 4th inning and scored on a sac fly by Jake Lamb. Pollock most certainly will be taking here. And a 4-pitch walk. So Pollock, who runs exceptionally well, is at first base. He has 37 stolen bases. And you have the thunderous bat of Paul Goldschmidt now at the plate. Drove in a run with a single in the 1st inning. Ground out, strikeout, ground out since then. Arizona's had a lot of success since entering the big leagues in 1998. Of course, they were world champions. In 2001, but they've only had one guy lead the National League in RBIs, and that was Goldschmidt when he drove in 125 2 years ago. And a second to Andrew McCutchen in the MVP vote that year. He's second in RBIs this year to Arenado. Pollock was leaning, and he just got back. Dave McKay chatting with him. Look at his move. That's 5 straight pitches that have missed for Brooks Brown. Pollock has been cautious 7 times, 37 out of 44. Paul Goldschmidt out of Texas State. Graduated with a 3.8 GPA.
After the pick to first, you saw Dave McKay walk up to A.J. Pollock. That's the time, giving him a time, looking at the stopwatch of what Brown is to the plate. 2-0.
Three 3-0 now on Goldschmidt. 7 straight balls.
Brown normally a strike thrower.
And that's ball 4. And now the winning runs at second base with Peralta coming up. This is Brooks Brown's inning as Steve Foster comes out. There's nobody in the bullpen.
That old conversation we talk so much about. Not trying to, Skip.
Well, the Dodgers game is over. They have captured the division. And Clayton Kershaw did not get pulled out. He throws a complete game, 1-hit shutout as the Dodgers, for the first time in franchise history, have captured 3 division titles in a row. David Peralta with Pollock at second, Goldschmidt at first. We're in the bottom of the 11th. And that's inside. Wow.
Don't look to bunt anybody over. He's got 1 in his entire career sacrifice bunt, Peralta.
And it's 2-0. And Chip Hale may just like the odds better of a guy who's hit 350 plus in the second half, a guy with great wheels at second, than giving up an out.
Yep, absolutely. Or if you have a situation where it's not bunted because he hasn't done it. You got to remember, has not done it but one time in his entire career, that if he bunts it into a double play or a force out at third.
Friedrich now trying to get loose in a hurry. 2-0. Wow. That's 11 pitches and none have been close. See on the fourth strike zone, but none called strikes.
And you can't get in a hurry on Friedrich. You got to make sure he's loose when you bring him into the game. Like I said, Brown's been a strike thrower his whole career. There you got one.
You make a great point. Coaches in every sport, managers in baseball, they will tell you their job is to put their players in the best position to succeed, given their skill set.
Absolutely, they are.
3-1 is down low, and now the bases are loaded, nobody out, and the winning run is 90 feet away. Wellington Castillo coming up. Now you got to pull the outfield in, the infield in. 3 straight walks. I don't remember ever seeing Brooks Brown have this kind of issue.
Never walks 3 guys in a row.
"13 pitches, 12 out of the strike zone." So Christian Friedrich will have a tall order when we come back. Diamondbacks have the bases loaded, nobody out. 3 walks in a row by Brooks Brown. He's been replaced by Christian Friedrich. Wellington Castillo coming up. And if you get a ground ball, George, Castillo's a guy obviously that doesn't run well.
Right. But he also is more of a fly ball type hitter than a ground ball hitter. That's all he'll be trying to do here.
And again, the outfield has to come in. There's the alignment. And you have a guy with phenomenal speed at third base in A.J. Pollock. And the first pitch is in there for a strike.
Probably the tightest position that Friedrich has been brought into out of the bullpen in his young career. Bases loaded, nobody out, left-handed on right-handed hitter.
That's down low, 1-1. Jake Lamb is on deck. 2-1. Friedrich trying to work the bottom of that zone, trying to induce something on the ground. Rockies led 2-0 and 3-1. Since the fourth, it has been 3-3. Here's the 2-1. Swung on and missed, 2-2. Here's the 2-2. And it's chopped foul. Castillo's 0 for 4. Hit into a double play in the 6th inning. And this ball to third. Arenado comes home for 1. And the bases remain loaded, but they get the out at the plate. Good play by Nolan.
A very nice play by Nolan Arenado, because the ball, when he fielded it, carried his momentum over into foul territory, so he had to throw around the runner or over the runner. Tom Murphy caught the ball at the plate to get the lead runner. They'll go to their bench.
Phil Gosselin is going to pinch hit for Lamb. With the left-handed pitcher out there, Lamb gets called back.
5 of it for 18 as a pinch hitter.
Well, now it's Goldschmidt the winning run at third. He runs a little better than average, but not like A.J. Pollock.
No. Andy Green and him having that discussion. Steve Foster, Christian Friedrich, and the youngster Tom Murphy having the other. At bats, and Gosselin has struck out 14 times. He has walked 8.
And strike 1 on Gosselin
at 92.
I'll give Christian Friedrich a lot of credit, man. He didn't expect to be coming into this game.
Well, not in
certainly
this spot.
As quickly as he was forced to, with Brooks Brown walking the bases loaded. Here's the 0-1. Good block by Murphy. One to Gosselin.
Oh, wow.
Yes, it was in.
Yeah, it's in, but man, it's close. How do you take it if you're trying to swing the bat to win a game?
(2-1) ground ball through the right side, a win. Goldschmidt scores a pinch single by Phil Gosselin, and in 11 innings, the Diamondbacks prevail 4-3.
really controlled at bat for Gosselin. I mean, he didn't try to do much with it. Slider inner half, and he has sliced it through the right side into the outfield. And that was a game winner.
So Gosselin gets beat up for winning the ball game in the 11th on an RBI single. Delgado gets the victory, 7-4. Brown takes the loss. He's 1-3 in 11 tonight. The Diamondbacks over the Rockies, 4-3.